So what right do you have, for goodness sake, with people's money? I'm saying I have to repeat, it's people's money, with people's money, and you allow people's children to die because you don't make the right decision. What right do you have? And I think I'm being a bit blunt, because I came to a point where I'm angry. I am angry. And I can't help being hungry. I'm angry. Because we all know, and we repeat in our statements as civil society organizations, we know money exists. We know the capacity in terms of knowledge and technology exists. We know that capacity of communication to take, knowledge which is available in the developed world to be in seconds to be available in the developing country. All those things we know. Money does exist. And knowledge, it does exist. Experience also of those very good examples which we can indicate which are working. They are good examples which we know of. But still, we fail to act. And we will say 9 million children die every year. And you and I, in 2 years' time, will come again and say 9 million children die every year. For goodness sake, how serious is this whole business? So I'm angry. And I'm saying you also have to be angry. We all have to be angry. And we have to demand that action has to be taken. And something has to change within these 5 years which are left. 5 years which are left, things have to change. And we have the power to demand that these things have to change. In our respective countries, also at global level. So we also cannot be counted among those who have failed because we didn't use as much as we could our voice and the strength of our vote. And I'm coming to vote. I think we cannot. So that's really let's make all these calls and all these recommendations. But let's go back to the drawing board. Let's go back to the drawing board. And let's prove ourselves that we change the way we talk, the way we challenge, and the way we demand. The way we demand that the leaders at the national level, at the regional level, and at the global level, the way they have been treating people. We change the way we demand. So I decided really, instead of me saying, children who are dying of malaria, I have been involved in the last 10 years with Gavi, the Global Alliance for Vaccine and Immunization. I know we are doing a fantastic job in terms of extending immunization to millions and millions of kids around the world. But then you immunize them, but they die of malnutrition. And then you are working, you say, no, let's keep children alive. And then they left without school. And then it's just a nightmare in the sense that you try to make a difference here, but then that difference is killed somewhere else because things are not coming together in terms of looking globally and holistically to a child. Now let me come to the One Goal campaign. Yes. Again, I talked about leaders of the world who have budgets to change priorities. We saw in this country, during this month, the power which soccer can have. It's powerful. Well done, South Africa. Well done, South Africa. We really are a fantastic host. We showed also that we can organize ourselves. And we can, despite all our challenges, we can be, a first world country. So with this capacity, how can we explain, you know what? South Africa is the only country which, without being in conflict, the statistics of maternal mortality and child mortality are increasing. Did you know that? After this World Cup, let's talk. Second, you saw how much money was put, was put to make this World Cup a success it is. Well done to us. Well done to us, perfectly. And we proved also we can organize, we can have from the airport to the stadium, to security, to even to crime, to combat crime. We proved that we can do it. Our country, after this, has to keep these standards. We can't go back. We can't go back. There's no justification for us to go back. But I want to come to those who are sponsors of the World Cup. The billions and billions which we were able to spend, and you had companies, global companies and national companies investing seriously for this. Fantastic. That's fantastic. But I think we have to go back to them. One by one. Again, don't make a global call. No. Let's go to Hyundai. Let's go to ABSA. Let's go to MTN. Let's go to everybody who are funding this and say one thing. Of the 75 million kids who are out of school, 2/3 of them are in this continent. And any of these companies, they are not only based and represented in South Africa, they are all over the continent. Am I right? Okay. Second, and we say to them, it has been agreed, and many of them made a statement to say they want to leave a lasting legacy of this cup in the continent of Africa. So in any country where they are, you remember what I said at the beginning? We said we are going to show them the face of children who are dying, etc., and children who are not going to school. Let's stick to one goal and say to them, in Mali, in Kenya, in Swaziland, in the DRC, wherever they are, leave the legacy, helping one goal to become a reality. Put money there, not in 1 month, but in 5 years, put money there to train the teachers we need, to have the textbooks we need, to help, to build schools we need. But we can, if there is really a concerted effort and strong will, we can have these millions in school in 5 years. It is possible. We know it can be done. So let's challenge them and say, don't put the money only in the global fund, the global budget, because they won't see the impact. Put it at a national level where you are selling cars, where you are selling cell phones, where you are doing whatever, but put it there so that money is going to bring children into school. And money will come and will train teachers which we need, and textbooks which we need. So government, private sector, and global players, I think we can achieve the one goal if we change the methods in which we are challenging them. So that's my conversation today. I'm here for one goal. And as you know, my background is education. Whatever I can do, but I always go back to education. Let's make it happen. It is possible. And using Madiba's words, it is in our hands. And that's what we have to strategize, to put things very clear and strong, and to go and challenge our leaders, challenge them one by one with this, with numbers, costs, and impact. One by one, go to his office. Don't send only messages, because sometimes they don't read. And when they read, it's just one among many. Look at him in his eyes and you say, Mr. President, Mr. Minister, Madam Minister. And come to me also and you say, Mama Machel, you were with us. How are you keeping your own promises too? And this is what we have to change. From now, 2015, there's no reason for us to continue to speak in the same language, with the same methods, with the same results. There's no right. Children and women of this continent, children and women of this world, they deserve better. Thank you.